Hi, Jamie here, and this isn't really a very well thought out response. It's just I want to give a response to Cenk Uygur.
Okay, no, it's okay. Don't damn anything. Jammy, this will be an ironic live tweet I'm reading. It's okay to make fun of Republicans and call their bullshit for their views, but Muslims? Hashtag not watching. Hashtag TYT live. That would indicate you were watching. And you left a comment about something I said on the air. Okay, maybe Jamie's not watching anymore, but I'll address it anyway. Okay, you see, Republicans pick their party based on the ideology, theoretically. Now, some of them are just team players because their family was Republican. Those guys I excuse, believe it or not, more, okay? So some Muslims pick Islam because of their ideology. The converts, those are the ones to watch out for.
Yeah.
Okay, the zeal of the convert. Now, I know some great converts who are great human beings, okay? But most Muslims were just born into Islam, like most Christians were born into Christianity. So it becomes part of their identity. And if you say, "Are you a Muslim?" they're like, "Yeah, of course I am," like any Christian would. But they didn't think through the ideology and all that stuff. Okay? So
Okay, yes, it's okay. By the way, I'm from Saudi Arabia, born Muslim, and I can't believe what you just said. You can't defend Muslims for specific. I'm not going to defend Muslims for many reasons. One of which is that Sharia is implemented in Islam and apostasy is treated by death. And now you're talking about converts, people like you from Turkey that read the Quran and had to memorize it and study it in school, which are masajid. God damn it. You people read the Quran but really don't understand the words that come out of it. You memorize it like Indonesians do. You don't understand the concepts that come out of it, which are mostly hate. When you recite Al-Fatiha, which is the I don't know, the surah that you have to say in every fucking prayer 17 times a day. You recite words of hate against other religions. Islam is prejudice in its essence, and if you can't see that, that's okay, that's fine. Now, I'm looking at your tweets, and I'm interested. You know, I'm sure you criticize all religions, but let's face the truth. Not just Christians believe in Armageddon, Muslims do, and Muslims believe in it in very anti-Semitic way, by the way. They will kill the Jews, as far as I can remember, and that's a promise from Muhammad. They will kill the Jews and take over Jerusalem. That's when Jesus comes back. I can't imagine where they plagiarized that from, but it's in Islam. When you defend Muslims that you assume are good Muslims, but I'm not gonna call them even Muslims. They don't understand the essence of Islam. Islam is about taking over and conquering the world. It's apparent in Islamic and Muslim history. You know that through the caliphates and the wars waged against countries, nations by Muslims that are still happening, and somehow you kind of disagree with it. When you talk about the nice people that claim to be Muslim or convert to Islam or born to Islam, I'm with you. Those people are nice somehow, but they're idiotic. They don't understand the real Islam, and that's their problem. They shouldn't accept the label that they're Muslim. That's how it should be. That label, being Muslim, it's pretty much supportive of Sharia law. I have a friend that claims to be a Muslim and is extremely against the death penalty, but that does not make her a Muslim. That does not, by any relationship, makes her a Muslim. In fact, Islam rejects her for that very thought. When you question Islam, you don't become part of it. If you're a progressive Muslim, as you want to call it, you take the good parts of Islam, that's okay. But call your fucking self fucking progressive Muslim. Don't, for the fuck sake, don't call yourself a Muslim, because in Islam, in the Quran, in Muhammad's own words and people who followed him, jihad is part of Islam. And that thing that comes from the heart of Islam is the true Islam. That's what I call it, the real Islam. The violence, the insidiousness of Islam that appeals somehow aggressive against other religions to convert them, and somehow nice and so kind that you have to convert because it's the awesomest religion there is. It's insidious, and that's Islam. And now let's talk about Muslims. I'm surrounded by about 100%, many assume, Muslims in Saudi Arabia. And guess what? As an apostate of the fucking Islamic faith, I'm gonna be killed, but not by Islam, by Muslims, people who follow that book to the heart, people who implement Sharia. Muslims are the driving force of Islam, or as Sam Harris would put it, motherload of bad ideas. Now, you may not respond, you can't defend Muslims or people who don't know what Islam is just because they're good people, they're just born into it. Their idiocy reflects itself in so many ways. Now nobody can attack Muslims because what they do is justified. Yeah, they want Sharia, it's okay. Give them their Sharia law. They can work. You can't defend Muslims because they'll use Islam against you. It's not that I dislike religions. I'm much more critical of religions than you think. But when it comes to Islam, it hits deep in my heart because I'm a victim of your support to Islam. Ben Affleck did not put this into account, but Bill Maher and Sam Harris tried to tell him that Islam acts like the mafia. We will kill you if you leave, and that's what is happening to me. And it's not Islam. It's really Muslims, the ones that you are defending. They're saying, "Oh no, not every Muslim is bad." Well, I understand that, but the fact that they don't understand what Islam is doesn't mean I'm gonna stand aside and let them do whatever the fuck they want to do. It's actually very stupid of you, Ben Affleck, and those fucking idiotic who were labeled Muslims and accepted it, to support or even defend Islam. And for apologetics like Reza, they're fucking liars. You can't even begin to comprehend how big of a lies they're selling. They have no. I lived through Islam my entire life. My teachings were Islam, and through my teachings, you, Cenk Uygur, have to die publicly, in fact, by decapitation. That's Islam for you. It's written in it's all over Islam. You can't leave that religion, and Muslims will kill you, not Islam. The idea can't kill you. People will, and they are doing that over and over again. If you can't see that, if you can't condemn those people, condemn what then? Oh, the same thing goes for Christians who want to kill Muslims. Dynasty, for example, and you had him as a very good example. I thank you for that. Dynasty, convert them or kill them. It's the same logic of Islam. The Israeli army, that I don't do much research, but you see the mentality in them that they're Muslims, they're inferior, we are God's chosen ones, and we must kill all others, especially the threat that is Muslims. And those people have the same mentality of killers, Jews, Christians, and Muslims, and you have to condemn them for their bullshit. You can't condemn an idea. You'll get an apologetic person for it. Oh my God. If you're not sick of listening to this, if you're not sick of debating it, then something is honestly wrong with you. Not you precisely, then people who live in fear of leaving Islam publicly, like me, people who can fit amongst Muslims, and people who are, I'm talking like, I'm saying this, by the way, and there's a guy 2 rooms away from me who says I'm a terrorist, I'm with ISIS, let's kill all infidels, and what he does is absolutely Islamic thing to do. He's a Muslim and he wants to kill. Let that sink in your brain for a second.